back is. Now, we think we will probably go, our opinion is it will probably happen in all the markets, but before we did that, we'd come back to you and have a longer conversation and give you feedback on what has happened in the other markets. But we know that there are, for instance, in Huntsville, Alabama, we've got a builder there that is just, he is just obstinate or militant or whatever. He definitely wants all of his new homes to be on everything, including trillions of them. Even though we may not like that, we may disagree, we still got he's a big builder, we want to keep him happy. So there is a way for an agent to go in the back door and enter a listing onesie-twosie. But the company in Memphis is going to wipe them all off off of those two. We'll say, do not give those two companies fees. We don't say to the public, the reason we're not giving them a fee is because we don't like paying their fees. The public doesn't care about that. But you tell me, is their information clean? Is their information accurate? Is it fresh? And I would say to you, just something I did, I went and Googled my own house. And I know I'm biased, but I think they're about 100,000 low. But I would say to you, go Google your own house and you tell me, do you think they got the right price on your house? And if you go out and list a house, are you having to argue with that homeowner that the price is wrong? You get a contract, and they looked at the Google price or the Zillow price, and they said, well, Zillow said it's worth 100,000, that's all I'm going to pay. And they're wrong. They're not accurate. They're many times not even close. So we hate that fight all the time. So what we say to the public, or we the Memphis agents to say, we come back to you with all this. If the information's not accurate, not fresh, until they can get those things improved, then we don't feel like we're doing the customer a good service by putting our information out there. And we'll still be in 100 other places. The best ones are crawlite.com. We know that's fresh. We're getting the MLS feeds and we got the changes and it's happening. We're freshening that up 2 or 3 times an hour. These other guys may be doing it a couple times a week. Don't know what they're doing. But anyhow, for the Atlanta market, we will be analyzing exactly what happens in the Memphis market. And somewhere in the next 90 days, if that comes about, we'll come back and be talking to you. Again, in the other market that we've mentioned this in, we've had people say, when can we do it here? I hate this scenario. I don't like it. We had a few people that said, I'm paying them money and I get leads. I said, well, you can still pay them money, you can still get leads. That has nothing to do with whether product likes that they're listed on there. Now, what we think will happen is that, as again, it may not be only us in Atlanta and other markets, what we think will happen is other real estate companies, because it's a trend going across the country, all the big brokers are analyzing and thinking about this, is that the market will get so fragmented that a lot of markets will have what I call big black holes, dark spots, meaning that in Atlanta maybe you're only seeing 50% of the listings. So if you went on to one of these websites and you only saw half the listings, and you're a customer, what are you going to do? You're going to look at other websites. And we're told, NAR research says that the typical customer looked at goes on 4 different sites before they decide to buy. So they're not going to go on a site that only has X half the listing. They're going to go on to all of them. So anyhow, I beat that to death. We'll move on. Continue growing our brand. We talked about that. And 100% customer satisfaction. That's always going to be one of our goals. Our mission statement, for those you may not know, passion, commitment to unsurpassed service, and we always ask you to go the extra mile. We always ask you to go the extra mile. The customer remembers that extra mile stuff. Hotel I checked into the other night, you know what they had at the check-in, the little cookies. I'll check in the place, got little cookies, and I can't get away from those things. Those cookies are pretty good. The little cookies they got there, and then one of the hotels checked in, they had bottled water and the little small refrigerator. Those are all little extra stuff. And I remembered it, you remembered it, and so we want you to do the little extra stuff. For announcing, you might write this date down. We'll send you out some additional stuff and get posters for the offices. But October 13th through 16th, we're back at the Sandestin Hilton. They have, those of you who went last year know they were doing a remodel to the lobby area. And they have completed that remodel. They've done like a $15 million remodel to the lobby, and one of the towers has all new carpet and everything in the new kitchen area. It's all been redone, and a new spa area has all been done. So everybody won't get those massages and all that kind of stuff. So we're back at the Sandestin Hilton on that day, and for all you ladies, we are calling the Factory Outlet Mall ahead of time, telling them to stock up, because frolic aids are coming. Crystal ball, we're about to wrap up. I'll tell you, here's some projections or predictions, I guess, for this year. Rising interest rates. Southeast, are the rates going up a little bit?
Absolutely.
Rates are going up a little bit, so they've been historically low for a long, long time. Look at this chart here. See this bold red line right here? That's at 6% for the in the back can't see. That's a 6% line. So it's been down, this is all below 6%. It's been down below 6% for the last 5 years. Below 6% for the last 5 years. How many people were in the business when rates were 15, 16%? 20%. So 6% is unbelievable. So don't be whining and moaning about something, oh, it went up to 4.5. I'm so depressed. Yeah. Do not be moaning about that. Anything, you're in blessed times right now with the rates. So you got some falling affordability. Go back to that one. Affordability, the 5-year low is still the best in the last 40 years. So this talks about affordability went up, now it's coming down a little bit. Why would it come down? Because prices went up, interest rates go up, affordability goes down. So you got people sitting on the fence to buy a house they need to buy now because the rates are moving up a little bit, prices are moving up a little bit. Refinances will collapse in 14 to at least a 15-year low. Now think about it. Refinances, these are people that are refinancing their house. Is there anybody on the planet that hadn't already refinanced once, twice, 3 times? Because the rates kept getting lower and lower and they kept refinancing? Well, when refinances collapse, that's bad for mortgage loan officers that lived off of refis. But it's not bad for mortgage loan officers that work their butt off for you guys, like Southeast has done. They work hard for what they call purchase money loans. They work hard for y'all because if they didn't get distracted with a bunch of refis, so they knew their bread was buttered with y'all. And so they need your business. Now, here's what's going to happen. All those loan officers been working for all those other mortgage companies and banks. Been living off of refis. Refis went away. They're hungry. They're hungry now. So what are they going to be doing? They're going to be attacking you and hounding you for loans, and you need to be saying, well, where were you last year? Where were you the year before? I'm still taking my business to Southeast because they've been there when I needed them. Price appreciation. These two kind of go hand in hand. New construction costs, have they gone up? Yeah. Bricklayers, sheetrock, frame carpenters, painters, appliances, everything's gone up. So we're going to see some price appreciation. You've seen prices going up in Atlanta because they tanked because there wasn't any buyers. Now they're moving up. So we know we've got higher cost of new construction because of all those things. Some of the builders have held their prices down. How have they held their prices down? Because they've been building on lots that they bought from a bank that were foreclosed on, and they bought them for less than half price in many cases. They're about to run out of those lots if they haven't already. So what's going to happen when they go to get newly developed lots? Those prices that they bought lots for $5,000 and $10,000 and $15,000 a piece. that in normal times would have been $60,000 a lot. The development costs, the cost of concrete and asphalt and bulldozer drivers hadn't gone down, it's gone up. So we think those new lots are going to be higher price, which means that house prices are going to be higher. That's going to raise the price of existing houses also. New home inventory. You see, new home inventory, new constructed home inventory is near a 50-year low. See this is 04 right here. You see the line there, that's all new home construction and inventory, how it's come down. Because, and you tell me, is there very little new homes out there to choose from? If you go out and look for a new home, you probably got to get a pre-sale, don't you? Because there's nothing sitting. There's nothing sitting because the half the builders that used to be in business are bankrupt and can't get back in. So it's going to be a slow build-up for that. This says housing starts need to reach 1.5 million per year. 1.5 million per year. This is a line right here of housing starts at 1.5 million houses. You see, most of the time, back in 2000, most of the time we've been above 1.5 million houses a year. Now look how low we are in new construction. We need 1.5 million houses a year to stay even with normal times. And so it's going to take some new construction to get back up there. This is Georgia. This is Georgia specific. So here's where we were back in the bubble years, but here's where we were back in 2000. Look where we are now with new construction. We're moved up a little bit. There's 12, 11, 10, 9, how we got to load it. Moved up a little bit, but look where it's got to go. New construction just to stay with what's normal for housing. These charts came from NAR, Lawrence Yun, they're economists, but he's done the research and all that. So we see this year we're looking for a modest sales increase. We'd like to see a lot more here in Atlanta because we think there's a lot of upside for us as a company, but in most of the markets we think 5% is probably going to be pretty good, pretty reasonable because there's still a shortage of jobs. We can talk about that in a second. Here's the Georgia housing statistics. Closed sales through November, down 3% year-to-date from a year ago. Median price up 33% from a year ago. Dollar volume up 30% from a year ago. Membership, I guess this is the real estate agent membership, up 3%. Inventory down 6% from a year ago. These are some Georgia statistics that we picked up and thought we'd show you the slides. This is another slide that I thought was interesting. Realtor median gross income. You ever wonder what the typical agent make in the United States? Median means half above and half below. 42.5. 42.5. That's about that blue line on 12 there. 2012. 42.5. Says how many made more than $100,000? So out of 1.2 million realtors in the United States, 1.2 million realtors in the United States, 200,000 made over 100,000. How many made less than 10,000? 360,000 agents made less than 10,000. Now, go back. Remember, I don't have the Georgia statistics, but it said Tennessee statistics. 32% got out of the business. That meant they retired their license according to the Real Estate Commission. And I assume it's pretty similar in Georgia. There's out of that 68% that still have a license. A lot of those are not full-time. A lot of those are not folks in this room. A lot of those are people that maybe are appraiser. They're not doing anything with that license. So there's still a lot of people that are not as active as but they have a license. So what we've seen is that agents that are in the business full-time are making more money and had a really good year last year and expecting a really good year this year also. So if hopefully you've got that in your mind and in your game plan that you're going to have a darn good year this year and make a ton of money, much more than you made in the prior deal, and you know, when we say, well, we're going to go up 5%, we don't want you to say you're going up 5%. You individually, you may be going up 50, 60, 100%. You could even double what you've been making, hopefully. So, anyhow, next slide. Trulia and Zillow going to lose traffic. Again, we beat that to death, but I think across the country, a lot of brokers having the same discussion, and we're seeing a drip trend of other companies making the same announcement. And we know that even some MLSs are making hard decisions of whether they want to provide a fee to Trulia and Zillow. Their brokers are on their MLS committees and they're voting. Nah, we don't want that. We'll let individual companies make a decision. Want to opt in or opt out versus the MLS making a decision to give it to all of them. That type of thing. Because what the consumers want, all the listings, Trulia and Zillow won't be given to them. We do. Accurate listings, we give them accurate information because we're the one that's entering it and changing prices, and we give them fresh data because we're upgrading ours on an hourly basis. Continued decline of REO listings. If you've been in the REO business, been making a bunch of money off of that. We've seen that drop. We've people that we know in other markets that specialize in that. We saw their income drop in half last year, and from REO, and we're expecting to probably drop half again this year. The REO business was 30, 35, even 40% of some markets. Now it's going back to normal times. Normal times for REO, foreclosed on properties, is 3 to 5%. May not get there this year, maybe next year before it gets there, but it looks like it's going in that direction. And so if you've been worried about the REOs and specializing in that, then you need to start changing your game plan to start focusing on what I call regular sales, farm areas, and that type of thing. Improved job growth. We need job growth, and it's been slow coming. And this chart and slide right here really tells the whole story. This says we lost 8 million jobs in the recession. We've regained 7. So we're still a million U.S.-wide, still a million jobs shy. And can't sell a house, they can't qualify for a house unless they got a job. So as the economy is slowly coming back, people are getting jobs, and you know, real estate kind of got us in the tank. Real estate's taking us out of the tank, because back when the market tanked and new houses weren't being built anymore, I said, what happened to the bulldozer driver? What happened to the sheetrock guy? Where's the guy with the frame carpenter? What's he doing now? I guess he's on unemployment. But now the houses are being built again, they're getting jobs again. And so the job is improving. Not as fast as we would like, but it is improving. Here's the last one, and I won't bore you too much with this. Anybody seeing anything talking about agent ratings? Agent ratings that's been new to you. One of the things that's going on in the industry, and we don't particularly like it, is that there are companies out there that are wanting to do agent ratings. So, Deborah, what if somebody rated you as a 5-star agent, and you know, 5-star hotels like a Ritz-Carlton, pretty nice. And then what if they rated one of your agents like a 3 because they had one bad deal or something else? So how do they determine all that? So we don't like that, and we see that as a big headache because they could have you rated as a 3 on some website, or a 4 or a 3.5, and you say, well, I'm a 5-star agent. I give everybody good service, and I got a perfect explanation for why that one deal didn't work out, and yada, yada, yada. But the public's looking at your rating. So they could be looking at somebody with a 5-star rating, and you might know that that person is the most bogus, unethical agent in the whole world. But somehow know they got a 5-star rating. We don't like that, so we're trying to get ahead of the curve a little bit. And some of the organizations we belong to are saying, you know, it's coming, and we can either come up with our own system or be prepared to have to join them or fight them one way or the other. And one of the things they're coming up with something that we kind of like, and we're trying to get more information on, is something that they're calling testimonial tree. Testimonial tree would be something where you get on your site or information about you that are positive testimonials. All of us that do a good job, we get positive testimonials. And when you get to the positive testimonials, you ask the customer, give me a positive testimonial. Give me a testimony, you know, I say positive, give me a testimony, they're going to give you a positive, probably they don't, you know, it shows up. Anyhow, age of rankings, it will be a headache that you'll begin to hear about. Again, we wrapped up. Thank you for hanging with us a little longer than we thought. But again, thanks for hanging with us, and thanks for having a great 13, and let's look forward to an even better 14.